gelatin torso has set. The implants are holding.
No, look at that. It's a thing of beauty. Oh my God, I'm dirty. All right.
As a parallel experiment, Jamie places an implant in a jug of water. Any changes should be easy to see.
If we find that the implant is actually expanding, the water level will raise, and we can measure that.
Adam calibrates an easy-to-read altitude guide for the gauge.
The chamber is sealed. So are we ready to go?
For the first test, the implants are subjected to typical in-flight cabin pressure, which for passenger comfort is equivalent to around 8,000 feet above sea level.
What I see is the bubbles that are on the surface of the implant have gotten larger, and it's maybe raised the water level a minuscule amount as a result of that. Right. But I don't see any expansion of the breast itself.
All right, shall we take it up to, let's say, 30,000 feet?
The big test comes as the chamber matches an altitude of around 30,000 feet, an impossible height for humans unless flying in a pressurized cabin.
I mean, it doesn't look like much, but if I were in there with a breast implant, I'd probably be dead about now. Your lungs would fill with fluid, your head would, compress. It's just a whole bunch of conditions. None of them are pretty. You'd probably pass away in about 10 minutes at that height.
Despite the negative pressure of high flying, the implants appear unchanged.
We've seen the implant at about 8,000 feet. Then we bumped it up to around 35,000 feet or so. And in both cases, we've seen expansion of little air bubbles around the thing to some degree, but the implants themselves have shown no significant increase in volume.
Adam had a theory that injecting the implants with air might force a failure.
I added some air to the implant. To the right one, I added 3 cc's of air. To the left one, I added 10 cc's of air. There we go.
Yeah, we're at about 35,000 feet now.
I'm not really noticing any significant change in the air pocket. We definitely know that air can expand really well. We got a balloon in there, and the balloon's been blowing up to twice its volume, but the air inside the implants is not. I didn't really notice any difference at all.
I gotta take a dump.
Me neither.
Yeah, I mean, practically nothing.
Wow, this guy's a nut.
Nothing much happening at altitude, so Jamie hooks up a small chamber to emulate the high pressures of deep sea diving. He didn't figure on explosive results.
We had a steel blow. Are you guys all right?
It sounded like you shot an elephant.
Yeah, that kind of hurt my ears too.
No one hurt, but Jamie had a close call. Rapid changes in pressure can cause serious hearing damage. No changes to the implant at high pressure, so it's back to the large chamber for another low-pressure altitude test. Within a few minutes, it's taken the equivalent of a rapid trip from the ocean's floor to the summit of Everest.
Should we go up to 30,000 feet?
Wow, this guy actually had some pretty good this year.
I don't see nothing.
I don't see any air bubbles. I don't see any noticeable difference.
So this replicated someone diving in water and then immediately getting into a plane?
Yes.
So there's absolutely no difference.
Scientists at Duke University have been studying the rigors of pressure on the human body for many years.
This is the main clinical chamber here. Watch your heads again. And the actual chamber is compressed with air.
Dr. Richard Vann from Duke University's Center for Hyperbaric Medicine knows all about pressure and the concerns of people with implants.
We had several questions that came in with regard to breast implants as to whether there were any hazards with regard to diving. And as a result, we decided we might do a study, and so we approached some of the plastic surgeons who we've been working with.
Well, we found that basically in anything the patient could survive, it wasn't going to be an issue.
Plastic surgeon Dr. Gregory Georgiade provided subjects for the implant pressure test at Duke's hyperbaric lab. The results were convincing.